Everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Professional Rake. Today I'm going to fulfill my promise and talk to you about the right kind of paint that you're supposed to apply on the lower part of your wall. Remember, in the previous video, I promised to make another video where I'll be talking about the most suitable paint that you should choose. When you've constructed your wall, you've finished everything. Now you need to protect your wall against weather, against moisture, against all other destructive forces that could cause damage to your wall. How do you protect that? How do you ensure that your wall, the longevity of it, is guaranteed? That one is what we're going to talk about in this video in greater details. I'm going to name the various products from various companies that you're supposed to use and their costs and why you should choose them. Stay tuned.
Your choice needs to depend on, we'll start actually the first factor you need to consider when you're trying to choose the right kind of paint for your wall is the company. There are so many paint companies in Kenya that produce at least very good quality of paint to give you good results, to give you value for your money. And let's name some of these companies. And some of the companies that I'm going to name here actually produce very good quality of paint, and you don't have to worry when you choose these paints. The first number one company that I'm going to name. Okay, the criteria or the numbering of these companies don't mean anything. Doesn't mean that they are the best company or anything like that. No, I'm just randomly just selecting these companies randomly. In fact, let us start with the Royal Paints. We have Royal Paints. Royal Paints, they've been around for a good number of years, and they produce a product called WeatherGuard silicone. This is a very good product for you at the lower part of your wall. The word weather and guard should tell you actually a lot about this kind of paint. This is the kind of paint that you can apply on the lower part of your wall and be sure that it will protect your wall for a very long time. It has very good water repellency. It means that water falling on it from rain or other sources just is repelled. Doesn't get soaked or seep into the paint and then into the wall to cause damage. No, it doesn't do that. And in terms of mixing and all that, how directions on how to use, I can't, maybe for the sake of this video, I won't be going into the details of how you can do the mixing, but you need to understand this is a premium product and it is emulsion based, which means you mix with the water. The instructions for mixing, you'll find those instructions on the container itself. So when you buy the product, this is a WeatherGuard silicone, you read the instructions on the container and you'll be able to go. Very easy, actually. Secondly, we have Crown Paints Limited. They have two kind of products that are very suitable actually for your wall, for the lower part of your wall. That is Silicone Extreme and Silicone Ultra Guard. You will find this paint in terms of 4 liters, and there is 20 liters. These buckets, and they are premium paints and they're emulsion based. And the instructions for mixing, I think it's about 15% of water to the paint, to the volume of the paint. Like say maybe the paint you've bought 4 liters of paint, and you need to mix water so that you can apply. You apply at least you add at least 15% of the water of the 15% of paint in terms of volume to the paint. So 15% of water into the paint, and then you do your paint work. Very good product, very good quality. It in fact, according to the company, they provide at least the guarantee. The product has at least a life expectancy of at least 15 years, which means that you apply that product today, it will go for the next like 15 years before you need to maybe redo the paint work. So that actually makes it very low maintenance. And in terms of cost, this one will cost you between 4,000 and 5,000 depending on where you are, the location in Kenya. You know, these prices actually also depend on, like you can't expect the price for Nairobi to be the same price for a place like Turkana, where maybe there are transport challenges and things like those. So the cost will vary between 4,000 or actually even higher. But the lowest you might actually get is 4,000. But that is for 4 liters. And the Royal Paint, that Royal WeatherGuard silicone, that goes at between 3,500 and 4,500. So slightly economical. And then the next paint we have is a silicone exterior. That is for Duracoat or Basco. Many people know this company as Basco, but it's actually Actually, some people think that Basco Limited or Basco Paints and Duracoat are two different companies. No, I think kind of they merged, so it's now one company. So their economy products are called Basco, and their premium products are called Duracoat. So you'll find a silicone exterior, and then we have Duracoat rain shield, sorry, rain shield, Duracoat rain shield, and silicone exterior. Those are two different products coming from Basco Paints, and they are premium based. They are premium products, and they are emulsion paints. So which means actually you also mix with water before you can apply. And the cost, that is between, the cost will go at around between let's say 3,800 and 5,000, depending on where you are. Are we together? Now let's look at another company here. We have United Paints. It's a very big player actually. Also, it's actually coming up very strong in the market. It's many people don't understand about this company, but it's very strong, especially in Western region. It's a very powerful company. It's coming. It's actually really penetrating into the market. And they have a product here we call a WeatherGuard, silicone WeatherGuard. So you get to understand that these names tend to be the same. They have the word silicone. I think silicone is a product, is one of the byproducts that are used to manufacture these paints. And it's also actually premium paint, and it is emulsion, which means you mix water. And the cost that will cost you between 3,000 and 4,000, depending on where you are again. So yeah, you have any questions about those two paints? Yeah, actually, we have other companies like a Crystal. We have other companies like Chemsalt. We have Plascon. I didn't research about that. So if you need to understand more about those companies, maybe you can let me know about the same in the comment section, and I'll do more research about those companies. But the companies that I've used in my paint works, in my projects, or in clients' projects are these four companies. We have Crown, we have Basco, we have United Paints, and then we have Royal Paints. Royal, where we are having WeatherGuard Silicone, and Crown, we are having Silicone Extreme and Silicone Ultra Guard, and from Basco, we are having Silicone Exterior and Duracoat Rain Shield, and then United Paints, we are having WeatherGuard silicone WeatherGuard. These are very, actually they are very premium. They are very expensive paints in terms of in terms of cost. That is, they are very expensive, but the quality, I would like to insist on the quality, that you've done so much to construct that wall. You put in so much time, so much resources, so much effort, and you want to protect your wall. And all of these companies, all of these products that I've named, they are actually available in a wide range of colors. It's not just black. But for the lower part of the wall, it is preferable that you use black. Why black? Because black has a good black color. I mean, when I'm talking black, I'm talking about the color of the paint. That is preferable for the lower strip of your paint. Black is good because black tends to absorb heat, and when it absorbs heat, it heats up and it prevents moisture from seeping into the wall or into the paint, and therefore issues with moisture are eliminated. So you won't have issues with the growth of mold and mildew. You understand why you prefer the black color. And then another reason why you prefer the black color is because black tends to hide stains and imperfections in the work. Like maybe if there are stains coming from mud or nail, it tends to hide those. So the wall will look good even if there is dirt or stains on it. And another reason why black is a good choice, a black color is a good choice of color, or black is a good choice of color, is because it has this sleek modern finish or look. So when you apply that black color, really black color on the lower part of your wall, it looks good. And then maybe the upper part, you use a different color. Let's say maybe orange or cream, kama unajiamini, or maybe white, but white with stains, that's a problem. So for walls, actually, people prefer shouting colors like orange. That makes it look actually very good. You have maybe something like green, blue, After the lower strip is done using black. So you actually need to also to consider the color, and they actually these products are available in a wide range of colors. And I would like you to understand that maybe these colors, these products, the price might actually differ depending on the shade of the color that you're choosing. If you're choosing cream, white, and soft white, those ones tend to be a little bit cheaper, according to my experience. Like I said, I'm a stockist. I do sell these products, and I do these works. I do client works, I do paint, I do construction works, and I also stock. I have a hardware that we stock these products. And according to my experience with these companies, that these colors that don't have shades, these we're talking about cream, we're talking about white, we're talking about soft white. Those colors tend to be cheaper. And then when you have colors that products that are or different colors. These other colors, let's say we're talking about black, we're talking about orange, we're talking about green, we're talking about blue, red, and all those other shades. Besides the three that I named, these three, white, soft white, and cream, those ones tend to be cheaper. And then these other colors tend to be a little bit expensive. So you need to understand that. So when you go to the shop and you find that maybe they are selling you the white paint, white cream, and soft white at a lower price, and then you find maybe there's a difference of maybe 200 shillings or 300 shillings on those other shades, you need to understand that. That is what happens. It's not actually just these products, several other products, especially premium products. White cream and soft white tend to be cheaper compared to, I think it's something to do with the process of production. So I actually think it's usually more expensive. And another property of these colors of these paints that make them actually very suitable is that they repel water. When water falls on them, you can see just the water sliding over them. It doesn't get soaked, so that ensures the issues with moisture. You won't have those. The wall will stay for a very long time without having any problems. And because water is not absorbed into the walls, there are no odor or bad smells. You won't have a problem with that. And then because they are premium products, the maintenance costs will actually tend to be lower, because now you'll have these paints actually last for a very long time. And what else? What else? Because they are emulsion paints, they also actually also dry very fast. You don't have to wait for a very long time. They are compared to gloss paints. The drying period between applications is very short. Let's talk maybe between 1 hour and 4 hours, depending on the company. And all those instructions, you'll find them on the bucket in which the paint is packed. And I will actually also want to emphasize the fact that these paints are suitable for a wide range of surfaces, whether it is a painted plaster, or actually previously painted, or just new plaster, or whether it is stone, it is bricks, it is these are mason stones, whichever, wood and all that. They are suitable for a wide range of surfaces. And actually what makes these products very suitable is that the quality. I would like to insist on the quality. It is actually very easy, and I've seen actually this happening in so many places, or with so many clients, that because of the cost of these paints, people prefer to use economy paints. Let's say like black Yamafuta, gloss, black paint, but gloss. That is okay if you're working on a very tight budget. Maybe you might go for that. Maybe while you're still preparing to afford those premium products. But the thing with these products is that these gloss paints is that they just peel off. You give them enough time, they just peel off from the from the surface, from your wall, and they won't be providing enough protection against moisture and all other disadvantages that, or all those other issues that might occur to your wall. Usually rain, moisture coming up and then causing a lot of destruction, cracks, and discoloration, mold growing, and all that. So if you're going with this cheaper economy grade paints, maybe because of budget and all that, it's still understandable, but work to ensure that at least maybe later on you do what you do change, you shift from those cheaper products and to these premium products. And then I've seen actually other guys, other contractors, they fundis using. bituminous paints, that is bituminous black on on exterior surfaces. Yes, bituminous paint seems to be good on those surfaces because it will provide a lot of water repellency to repel water from damaging the wall. But there is one problem with the bituminous paint in that it does crack. It is very vulnerable to destruction or damage by UV light coming from the sun. So you give it enough time, you'll find it has started cracking. But it's cracking and all those other bad things happening, like growth of mold and moisture problems. You'll have to start having problems with moisture real, real soon after you applied it. But I would like to emphasize that bituminous paint is not used actually for exterior surfaces. It's not suitable because it gets damaged by UV. But it is very suitable. Should I say it or should I preserve that for the next video? Because I actually promised to make another video about bituminous paints. But okay, no, what the heck? I'll just say bituminous paint is very suitable for because it has very good waterproofing qualities, and it is very suitable for use on waterproofing. Let's especially water tanks that are used for drinkable water and all other and water actually just water tanks that need to be waterproofed so that you don't have leakages. Bituminous paint is the best quality for that purpose, and it is best used underground or in a place that has very good shade because it doesn't do well under UV light. So now there you have it. You have any questions? You have you maybe you need me to expound on something that I mentioned but I didn't elaborate. Talk to me about the same in the comment section, and I'll be happy to come back here and talk to you about and research more, give to you maybe give you more information that from my experience and all that. And if you're liking our content, please subscribe to our channel and give me that like, give us that comment. I really appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll be seeing you in the next one about bituminous paints. I'll be talking about that in the next video or in the next video after that, immediately or the next video, bituminous paints. So stay tuned, and I value my fans. It's good actually to have you guys around and just seeing your views. Those who have commented, encouragement warms my heart. Thank you for that. Stay safe until I'll see you in the next one.